Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today, and I hope my audio is coming through. Yeah, we are painting some Tanukis today, some Tanukis. And we are going to be doing a Santa Claus variant for them, because 'tis the season. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, but that is old news, as we are already in the holiday season. We're starting off with some dark burgundy as a base layer, and we're going to be working our way up. She might go more for a burnt red. And we're just using Pro Acryl Burnt Red right now just to get a nice even layer going. Thank you, Great Worm Lord. Welcome to the chat. It's mainly because my hair is a mess right now. I haven't been able to get to a barber shop for a bit, but just gonna have a nice cozy stream today. I was pretty tired before I hopped on, but I'm starting to the coffee's starting to kick in now. Good evening, welcome Wolf Demon Wizard. We have Great Worm Lord and Wolf Demon Wizard. We got a lot of wild wild D&D creatures in the chat today. I literally just started, Custom Scaper. Welcome to the stream. A little bit behind schedule today. I had to kind of re-update the whole interface for Christmas because I do too much. I could have just done nothing, but you know, I updated all the channel art and all that stuff as well. Just because I never take the easy path. Bit of an echo. Okay, let me see if I can fix that here. I might have two inputs going on.
There we go, that should have resolved it. Let me know if that worked out. I had two audio inputs going in. That's the hardest thing to do with live stream is maintain constant good audio. I'm trying my headphone audio out today to see if it's a little bit less, it's a little bit less background noise. Now you can barely hear me. Fix the echo. Let's do some live workshop. Let's see if it just do some live stuff here. Alright. Testing. Let's see how my levels sound. Testing. I think a little bit higher. Hello. How's everybody doing today? Alright, well, we'll get rid of the headphone audio then, and
Hello, can you all hear me now? Hello. That's what I get for changing things around. Let's see here. That sounds better. Alright, cool. We'll work for this for now. I may take a break in a second and get my mic hooked up. But if that sounds good, then it sounds good. We'll keep on painting for now. My Yeti stopped working today for some reason, so... Just test myself. Now I'll focus on this. I'm sorry. It's not like I do this every week. Okay, let's just add a bit of a audio filter to this, just to not have so much background noise. Okay, we should be a bit better now. I have a pet Yeti. Yeah, his name is Abominable. No, it's my microphone here, which is I kind of want to upgrade out of eventually. I just have been too lazy to do it, honestly. Okay, now we're back in the flow, I think. I'm a closet drying. I speak for the trees, for sure. Not really. I think if I was a Heroscape species, let's see here, I would be... I would definitely be a... I don't know, actually, this is... I would be a Grifflin. I would just be that little guy that flies around. I mean... Gonna be Thoracus. Or maybe a Vorid. I'm kinda small and scrappy, so... But I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Getting back in my flow as I'm fixing the audio internally here. We are painting these just a nice solid coat of red here, because I'm tired of painting Tanukis the same way. I had to repaint my bears recently as well. I recently sold my original bears I painted and redid them. And I think I've learned a lot since I first did that bear video. More so just... That video is still good, but I'll have to do there's some easier methods than what I did in that video. Treebeard in the game? Now let's not be hasty. He has like a move of 2 and takes 2 hours to reveal an order marker. I think for my 2 kids this year they'll be watching, well, the 2 boys, the girl may join in with us, but we'll be watching Lord of the Rings over the Christmas break for the first time, which I'm excited about. We'll do it in like 30-minute segments because I think that's how long their attention will last. Let's see if I can... Should I make these like Tanukis like an albino or a white variant, or should I keep them brown? Alright, let's see if we can focus actually today. We'll get some more contrast as we add a bit more color. It's gonna be kind of a chill stream today. My kids have been vomiting the last 4 days, just kind of like projectile vomiting. So it's been kind of crazy here in the Rogue home. So I'm a little tired. Skunk color. Now that's interesting. I do like that. Are the Lord of the Rings considered Christmas movies? They most definitely are. They have elves, there's lots of snow. It's about delivering a gift to a select location before time runs out. Like, yeah, it's a Christmas movie. Gandalf looks like Santa Claus. See, Christmas movies are movies like that you just want to snuggle up when it's cold outside and you don't mind watching a thing for 3 hours. So in that sense, you know, Lord of the Rings are the most perfect Christmas movies. You know, it's like you wouldn't watch It's a Wonderful Life any other time of the year except on Christmas. I mean, Christmas or Christmas time, you get that like 2.5 hours to sit through Jimmy Stewart. Say, Mary, you want the moon? I'll give you the moon. Love to buy some Death Chasers bears from you, a full set of all A. I did paint some Death Chaser bears for some people, mainly Adelburn, but I'd rather paint the bears than the Death Chaser 3D prints. Those things just do not have a whole lot of details on them, so they good as well. Well, you can always message me, custom. It's something I could look into. I'm going to some cons next year, so I'm starting to take a couple small commissions here and there. Again, just to pay the way for the cons. I'll be going to SaxCon and January, kind of decided to go to that. That's in North Carolina. Mainly because I had some plane ticket credits that were going to expire in January. So I said, why not? And I'll probably go into EscapeCon later this year. Sadly, there's so much play of the game that you can't play with because Ordnance players allow 3D prints. Yeah, I get it, you know. I can't fault them for it. It's technically kind of illegal. You know, it's that kind of illegal where no one's getting hurt. But I can see why they can't officially condone it. I've said this before, I'll keep on saying it. I'm sure there's a tons of logistics why it won't happen. But Renegade could really just release some kind of legacy 3D file units would go so well. Just print off, hey, we want axe grinders, here's a touch stuff file. We'll print this, you can print this to bring it to tournaments. And you can buy a card from us as well. You know, I would love that. Yeah, just bring some of that stuff back. Radio Bears. Radio. New to the game, it started a few months before the game got relaunched, and the one thing that's making it hard to enjoy. Yeah, that's the tough part there. We're in an interesting state of the game because so many of the people that are playing have been playing for a long time, and the game wasn't designed in such a way. Like the AOA was thankfully designed in such a way to not like exclude the old stuff. So you still want to keep on playing with it. A lot of the old stuff is kind of essential to at least those first units. So I definitely get it. But thankfully lots of local tourneys support 3D prints. So really it's just like if you're going to Gen Con or the really, really big ones, which may that be what you're interested in. But most 9 out of 10 tourney directors will let you play with 3D prints. Yeah, they own the cards. They have new models made on the buy. Exactly. That's That's what I'm saying. It's trying hard to get new people in the game. It's hard. Yeah, it's a full-time job convincing people. That's kind of where I'm at. That's why I go to all the cons and the conventions. I just don't have a lot of people that want to play. Everyone around me wants to play either D&D, which I do play a lot of, or they like to play Warhammer, which I don't play too much of. So it's kind of like people either want the really crunchy or they want the RPG. They don't want kind of that middle ground betwixt the two. Yeah, the prices are a little high. It's a little... it's a little high. I wish they kept the unpainted prices and raised the painted prices. Just because, you shouldn't be paying $50 for a box. Especially if you want to have to buy 3 boxes to even start to be competitive. It's not my favorite thing. I think it's outside of control. The important thing to remember is that Heroscape is largely taxed as a toy, and toy tax right now is at 30%. So it's a tough spot to be in. That said, I still don't like it. I as a consumer can disagree with how much things cost, but it's tough. Yeah, I wouldn't allow 3D prints of the new stuff either. I mean, that's kind of like a stealing where someone is affected by it. There are designers and artists who work on creating that. And I'm kind of big into supporting that. Like, even this music I have now is from either licensed music I paid for, or from various artists where I bought their music. Small artist. And bought the music itself. So I'm all about supporting artists and supporting people who work on a product that's actively being produced. But if it's kind of like locked down, if you're just locking IP down and not investing in it, well then being a pirate is always the correct thing to do if you can never legally acquire something. Yeah, it's hard. For the most part, the problem with Heroscape is it does have a bit of that setup. Is it's down kind of the thing that kind of makes it harder just to jump into it is you have all the tiles and all the pieces, and it does take a lot of storage. It's so fun once you start playing, but the sheer amount of setup is definitely an obstacle. Most people apparently just don't want to just jump in and have a whole garage filled with stuff. But honestly, most people should just buy like a master set and just play with those. Most master sets are pretty intuitive. I think the only one that's like not really fun out of the box is the D&D one, which that's one of the most expensive ones. So, it's kind of skippable. You can even just buy the figure separately. We'll let this guy sit a bit. I'm starting to overwork him. This guy, I started painting green, but I want to paint him red. I'm really liking the red on these guys. Yeah, setup maps is a fun part, but it is definitely the most time-intensive part of setup. It's really fun. I'm really bad at it. I'm bad at following instructions for maps. That's my dark secret, is that I can't figure out those hex graphs. They are really, really tough to work out in my brain. This may be controversial, but I wouldn't mind some kind of like those old Arena of the Planeswalker kind of tablet things you just put on the table and put a couple height pieces on it for like tournaments and stuff like that, or like store use. Something kind of in that vein would kind of be nice, so you could get 10 maps going really fast and really easy. Although it does diminish like part of the game, which is building into the maps and the interactivity of it. This one's a Red Riding Hood here. I think I saw someone else post a version of this online somewhere. Or maybe I dreamt it, but either way, I'm happy that we can mix up my mob of Tanukis. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think it was a good idea, honestly, and just more stuff to add on to it. I think I have like 6 boxes of those I found at garage sales over the years. I always grab one just to, I don't know, just have on hand. It's kind of to the point now where if I'm like at a store and I'll see like a Rise of the Valkyrie, I'll just pick it up just because it feels weird just leaving Heroscape on the shelf. And I just keep the figures, and if anyone's like interested in joining the game, I'll give them the Rise of the Valkyrie set. I haven't seen one in a bit, but I used to have a bunch. It's about 8 months pre-built for monthly. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, if you can get like your game store to help you out, that's the way to do it. My game store currently isn't like super on board just because of like, the space, and they're mainly a Warhammer store. But that would be ideal. Also, my game store is like 45 minutes away from me, so it's not like exactly close. That's kind of the biggest barrier for me starting up like tournaments here, is just it's kind of a bit of hassle. Something very similar for the World of Secret Santa. Oh, yeah. See that? Oh yeah, that looks really awesome. I am so sad I missed out on that. I just literally, I have these periods of time sometimes where I just kind of blank out on things I'm supposed to do. And that was one of them. I'm not a detail person. but those turned out really well. I was back and forth on these Tanukis, or just getting all my gallery done. I have so much gallery that I've just kind of acquired, and I just didn't want to paint gallery today. I keep on putting them off. My goal is to get everything I have all painted up before the new year starts, because once the new year starts, it's coming fast. I have to paint all the G.I. Joe and it starts all over again. I enjoy it, but it is. I'm a completionist, so it's nice to have like, okay, I'm done, I'm good to go. But you know, we have. What do we have? We have a bunch of commons. That's the big thing. Is I get kind of loose steam on painting commons. I just get kind of bored after like the second squad. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna paint it different ways. So I think all the colors are gonna end up being different colors. I did that for the Scions. I painted like one classic set, and then the others were just a bunch of different colors. I haven't done that with the great bows, so I'm working through the great bows too, and I've just kind of kept them plain. I just haven't had a lot of good inspirations for them. Work is never done. No, it is not. I'm going to die a ghost because I'll have unfinished paint business to do. A lot of disformed bases and wings. I personally just never care enough to do it. But for the most part, mine were relatively okay. I didn't notice anything too. I think one or two were a lopsided, but you know, when you have 5 squads, you don't have time to be particular. But I think the worst units, let's see here, that I've gotten were probably actually my Scions had a lot of warping on them, and they're like little guys, which is unfortunate. Told yourself you'll paint up all the Heroscape you have before you get any new minis. Yeah, that's a worthy endeavor. I try to tell myself that. I told myself when I first started painting, I just had like a small box of figures, and I said once I finish these, I think I'll be done painting. I won't want to do it anymore. I'll have gotten these figures done. I've tried it out, and here I am over half a decade later, just painting nonstop. Not ever having finished that original box of figures. So worthy ambitions there. But it's honestly good to kind of, sometimes it can feel overwhelming if you just keep on adding to the pile. It does. I like to set myself more, have like goals. Like, all right, I'll finish all the gallery, then I can kind of work on something else. But I just get bored painting certain guys sometimes. I would rather spend 8 hours painting one hero than 8 hours painting 8 guys. Like it's because you just have to start sacrificing all the little things, and I'd rather paint one thing really nice than a bunch of things tabletop ready. Box of unpainted DD minis, all the sprues. I've assembled myself maybe half of them and kept myself telling one more. Yeah. That's the main reason I don't do assembly. I'm just really bad at it. Like I just don't have the patience to work with glue, which I think makes me a poser really in the hobby world. I just don't enjoy. Every time I do it, I don't fit them properly and they fall apart. I know I'm doing something wrong, I just don't know what it is. But no, I admire anyone who likes to do the building stuff. If I had to build Heroscape, I would not have painted any of them, just because it takes enough mental focus for me to just start painting the models. It's the main reason why I stream every Thursday, is just to say, alright, we're going to sit down and actually focus on getting some things done. Yeah, simply is just it's just tedious. Some people really find it relaxing. I have a friend who really enjoys it, and they just settle down, and they say they like assembly because they can do a lot more stuff while they do it. They can watch a show and have people around, and painting requires a little bit more focus, is what they say, and you can see that. Team Rocket with Zed. That's pretty. That's a good idea. I have one Zed. I painted my Zed, and then Tales of Valhalla wanted it, so I was like, I don't really want to paint another Zed for like a commission, so I just kind of traded his unpainted for my painted one, and I was like, but now I have to paint another Zed. Yeah, definitely. Especially if you're doing 3D prints, less is more. That's the hard part for me, is less is more. But these guys honestly have a pretty good amount of detail on them. A lot of the Heroscape minis do. I think I throw on a Heroscape machine. Sometimes they do. That's I'm honored for whoever watches me yammer and paint. So I appreciate everyone who who hops in. It's definitely the highlight of my week. Kind of missed you all when I was out for Thanksgiving last Thursday. I felt kind of empty, but it was good. It's good sometimes just to have a week to have new things to talk about. I can get into a circle of just repeating the same things over and over again. Alright, what do I want to do next here? Let's get this bag painted. What color is Santa's? What color is Santa's sack? Doesn't sound correct to say, but let's get a. His bag is typically like a brownish color, I think, right? Like, I guess I could look it up. Have you tried the new speed paint markers at all? They're on my list of things to try out. If I get any for Christmas, I'll for sure test them out. They also have like ways to make your own speed paint markers with water washable markers, not like a water markers, I think is what they're called, where you can just dump your speed paint into the thing itself, which I might be more interested in. I think they're good. I think it's like a whole different mentality of brush control, but I've seen some other users do some really cool stuff with them. I don't work a whole lot with speed paints. I kind of like the slow process of layering up and doing different things. It's more of a personal thing. Let's see here. What do I want to do next? Let's get a dark umber here. If you keep screaming of the holidays, I definitely will plan on it. I mean, we might miss a week during Christmas week or something. I might change days around. Trying to kind of close out the end of the year on a bit more of a higher note. Last year, this year I had a lot of big stuff planned, and it's been kind of not a bad year, but just like a big, busy year for me. Just the kids getting older and life getting in the way, so my content kind of has been a bit slower than I would have liked. But at the end of the day, I kind of do this just for me. So I try to be healthy in my approach to it. But it is just honestly therapeutic just to get some paint on some minis. But Spart, maybe we'll have you on a stream sometime if you want. We can do a dual paint stream. I don't know if you have the setup for that or not, but that would be fun. I've been talking to some people. I'm going to probably start having some guests show up on some Thursdays, just so I have someone to talk to. I know Joe Crazy has been wanting to hop on for a bit. And Cody's Cardboard I've talked with. So if you enjoy painting or just want to come on and chat and the voice, definitely let me know. We can get something set up. Recently tried the markers. They're not bad, not a brush replacement at all, but it's gotten my 9-year-old into miniature painting it. I think speed painting is great to introduce a younger child into it, just because it's very much, color by numbers, like a coloring book. And you don't have to worry all about the texture and all that kind of stuff. My 6-year-old, when he turned 6, he painted a frost giant as his first miniature and using speed paints, and it turned out not half bad at all. I'm honestly just too impatient for speed paints because they're really fast, but you do have to. The way I work is I work a little sloppy, and then but I always have something to do. I kind of do a lot of things, and then I kind of go back and tidy them up. And speed paint, you kind of paint an area, you just gotta kind of let it sit and dry. Um, so sometimes it's not as ideal for live streams. But you can get a lot done. Oh yeah, well, message me and we can look to we can see if we can work something out. I love to have people to talk to. I'm always trying to reach out to other creators and collaborators, and because I think I do this better when when I'm not in my own thoughts and echo chamber over here. I'd say I am a streamer who really is probably the worst at it. Like, in terms of, like, I don't want to be noticed. Like, I was at Gen Con and people said, "Oh, I watch your videos," and I was like, really, you shouldn't. That's I kind of make those for me. What are you doing watching my stuff? So I like mainly just interacting with people and talking to new people, and we're using some Gargoyle Gray for the trim. I forgot to mention. Let's get a nicer brush here. Okay, yeah, that's cool. It seems like people were kind of interested in that. So, yeah, message me, and if you're all interested in that, we can start getting some things in the books here. And also, we'll just be having lots of things to talk about. I mean, with the new master set announced, it's be yammering my mouth off about all the stuff. And we're using lots of just little fast lines to kind of create the illusion of texture here. Let's see if I can just... And we don't want it too wet because it'll flow. Oh, Merry Christmas, Custom Scaper. Took a little off for you. I have like 100+ models to paint for people at SaskCon. Granted, it'll be slap chop. Yeah, definitely work on not underselling yourself and overdoing it. I think for someone who was in that mindset, it can really burn you out. I did have a bit of burnout where I just was like, I don't even want to paint anything anymore. So just kind of be aware your time is valuable. I always try to set really long parameters because I like to deliver a good product. But slap chop isn't bad. Some scape models can definitely slap chop a lot better than some others. Painting should never be a chore, even if you're doing it for someone else. Do you play on any of the scenarios some of the books are online? I personally haven't, just because I have no one to play with. It's hard for me to even find someone just to play a regular game with. But if I had someone, I would definitely try them out at least. I've been wanting to do more like actual play content on the channel, just because, I mean, a lot of it is just mainly painting focused, but it's just don't have that crew of people around me right now. I do the online tournaments and stuff like that, which I really enjoy. If you have an itch and want to like do things out and get better at the game, definitely play it online. But it's not the same. I'll be the first to say it's not the same. But it's fun. I enjoy it. New Sudema and Isamu look cool. Yeah, I'm so excited. This was the release that, because I'm a pretty big fan of the lore. I really like Heroscape lore, and it's a kitchen sink. It's not the most deep lore, but it is really it's fun. It's fun if you pay attention to it, honestly. And so the Secrets of the Citadel has so much deep dives. That was just really exciting to explore and find out. I'm sure I'm wrong on so many things about it, but that's the one thing I'm looking forward to. Oh yeah, he's gonna be so fun. I'm doing I'm taking a long time on that the Cthulhu one. Cthulhu Daddy, as he's affectionately called, just because he's such a killer sculpt. Alright, we're just adding the trim now here. But no, it's honestly, it's aggravating in a sense how they reveal it. I'm still over here excited for like Thormund to show up, and I'm excited to get my Rainox, my creative stuff is, like my dinosaurs and my Gretz and all that kind of stuff. And then here I am like, oh wait, there's a whole new master set at the end of the year. Like, it broke. And also, like, Undead and Ninjas is, excuse me, is a really good. It's got some interesting tags there, for sure. Especially now that we have Ninja bonding with G.I. Joe. I typically paint pretty close to the canon stuff, unless, I get bored and want to try my own variant if I have some extra. That's why I like the commons a lot, because you can kind of paint it like it's supposed to be, and then you can kind of have fun with it too, because if you have multiple sets. Alright, let's... Do I want to do white fur on these guys? That would be kind of cool. Can I make them like minks? Do I want to layer up white from black? Yeah, why not? We only live once. We're going to take some bright neutral gray, mix this with a bit of black, just so it's not as harsh of a build-up here. I can't do a DoorDash to pay for your Heroscape addiction. Yeah, it's... I've been considering donating plasma to buy the master set. It's, you have a problem when you're willing to donate bodily fluids to feed your plastic crack addiction. Thankfully, the releases come out right by my birthday, so I'm hoping, I may be 30 years old, but I still hope to get toys on my birthday. And we're using this this gray, and we're just kind of using what I call a moist brush, kind of using a dry brush motion with our brush kind of loaded with wet paint, just so it kind of covers easily and catches most of the area, but we can still kind of maintain these shadows. We need another Revna Undead hero for the Revenants, hoping Samu fills that role. One of them's got to be Revna. I don't know if it's going to be Samu, or if it's going to be Kimoshi variant, or if it's going to be... I don't know who in the box is. When I made the video, I forgot that unaffiliated exists as well. So that's just a thing that subunits can be. I could see Cthulhu perhaps being unaffiliated, but I don't know. I am just now have to wait like a whole year to find out. Revno needs a really strong ranged hero. Like, really the best Revna range heroes are special attackers or kind of single attackers. For the Acolytes to really shine. Like, that's what we're missing. I hope the Revna Witch, which is, bound to come at some point, has a bit of, like, magic range or something. Love that, dude. Yeah, these guys are pretty fun. I think they're going to fall off in terms of viability, but I mean, we got some good ninjas. I mean, these guys were the Samu coming out, so these guys are the most understated guys released from Renegade so far. One thing I noticed about all these new units is just army building has become so much more not hard, but just vast. Like, I signed up for an OHS, like, online league, and I wanted to try out Thorman. You can kind of use the pre-release stuff. And building an army for Thorman, because his synergy range is pretty much everything. All unique heroes, all heroes, but then he also bonds with Scions, he bonds with Pirates, it's just so vast of a synergy web. It really is just like, where do I even begin? Which is good. It's been fun to figure it out. Then you have the Kraken, which is like a really weird like ability that I think people still haven't even figured it out yet. I think Thorman is the most meta shaking unit. Like, if someone's showing up with Thorman against you in a high level tournament, be afraid, because they know what they're doing and you don't. I think Thorman's going to be a high tier reverse the whip unit for sure. Let's see here. Where did my music go? It just left me. All right. Sorry, my music died on me. That's true. Tanukis they're pretty versatile. I don't think we'll be running Tanuki spam anymore, rather. I think we will be more splash Tanukis will be coming to the fray. You'll have like 2 or 3 squads of them. And I think they're cheap enough and strong enough that they can get away with it. Let's see here. What do we want to do? I'm really liking how this is turning out. I think I might make the mask green just to break it up a bit. Maybe let's get his tail before I get too far away from it. I hate this tail behind the cloak, and it is a pain to fully paint. Sorry, I had a message pop up. There we go. Alright, and let's get this tail. You really want to... I strongly invest in some kind of paint handle if you're painting, just to get those tricky areas. And also not rub off all the paint on your model. I mainly paint minis, yeah. I'm not too good at terrain. Honestly, terrain is kind of a weak spot for me. Or like model cars or anything like that. I'm a mini painter through and through. Yeah, I don't paint much else. I don't got time to paint anything else. If Isamu is a warrior scourge, you can't be a ninja. Actually, sad day. See, that's where you're wrong. Thorman proves that you can be as much things as you need to be. He can be warrior, ninja, scourge, captain, pirate. He can be whatever he wants to be. But just having more undead figures to work with will be good. All right, let's do something spicy here. Do the paint handles work well with the double space minis? Not at all. They have different varieties of it. They have like a bigger form of that. It has like a bigger thing. Kind of depends on the model. You might be able to get away with a small peanut just because of the locking mechanism. But yeah, these were designed for circle bases for sure. Yeah, but they have like bigger varieties. Or you can just do something as simple as, so I have it nearby, you can do something as simple as just getting a like a PVC pipe with a bit of sticky tack on it. And those might work for you. Remembering it's a bad unit to test this on because it's so big, but you can kind of do something like that. That's some gorilla tack right there. And that could work just as well. So we are going to get some Raylan's Manticore. I want to add some highlights to blend down with some inks. And we are going to kind of add a bit of red. And we're going to kind of ruin our nice base coating here. Yeah, it's similar to that stuff. It's pretty much that kind of stuff. I would get like the extra strength variety so it doesn't fling off your model. I use Gorilla Tack, but it's the same thing, just has extra adhesion, which is a hard word to say. Adhesion. So for this, we're just kind of sketching out where we want this model to notice. Definitely want to focus on like the rims of the cloak, kind of the surfaces. Lately I've been liking just to priming more with pure black, as I just have a bit more color control over the color and where it goes. I've been liking Zenithal less and less. It has also been taking longer and longer, so I'd still recommend using Zenithal. I like keeping my colors dark because then I have the ability to just make them brighter if need be. Alright, let's be extra crazy, get some dark hot pink here. I'm going to mix that in with the orange. Kind of create an off orange. Oh, there goes all my paints. It fell down. Oh no, you may say, this doesn't look like Santa at all. Yeah, that was all my paints falling down. It's okay, I'll pick them up. And we're going to be using some velvet ink here. And I've been liking using inks for a bit. They're just very nice too. These are acrylic inks. They also have alcohol-based inks. But they're pretty much like speed paints that you have a bit more control of the viscosity and the flow. So right now I'm just taking these kind of rough highlights and we are blending them down. Right. And inks are transparent if you thin them down, so they still maintain those colors underneath. These are great for glazes and for blends. Okay, there we go. This one I'll be a little, this is more of me testing now here. Let's do this a little bit more controlled and careful here. To have a clear picture of how I one of these tricksters before I started. Really, it's just not really. I saw some floating. Oh, that's never good when that happens. Not fully. I'm just kind of going off what Santa Claus looks like in my head. I think I saw one posted somewhere a while ago. I think it might have been Johnny's, but for the most part, I'm just I'm figuring it out live. The thing is mainly for like gluing things down is what I found. It doesn't, or like with individual like components and pieces. It's still nifty keen, but I need a lot more angles for these guys. Now we're just taking some of this burnt red because I think I went a little too hard on the inks. Just tone this down a bit. Yeah, they're all right. They're doing the best to convert one method to another method of painting. They aren't necessarily a one-for-one recreation. Also, there's just so much that influences how paint looks. Like lighting, undercoating, you know, what all different things kind of just really influence how you perceive color. So it's just an approximation at best. Alright, this one we're doing a little bit better on. Last one I'll have to kind of tidy up. I went too thick on the glaze. This one we were able to get a bit more of that highlight underneath. But yeah, they're not terrible. They're honestly, I like it just because you can kind of just see the backside of the model, how it's painted, because I don't buy those as much anymore. There we go, we're getting rid of that. Showing through. Which figure have I liked painting the least so far? Definitely Bug Ball. Bug Ball is a nightmare, and I do not like it. I've painted the Bug Ball 3 times at this point for myself and 2 other people, and I have not enjoyed it at all. It's just, one, the model isn't very clear. It's the muddiest model. It has so many teeth and so many details, but you can't even like bring the details out. It's just not fun. Yeah, I'm hoping the new Scodire are a little bit more accessible in terms of just having proper spots to know where to paint at. Let's see here. So many teeth, yeah. And then I was trying some. That was where I was like testing my Turbo Dork paints out, and I think I made some mistakes in the layering, and I just kind of messed up on what to do. I honestly want to buy another set just to kind of paint it classically, because I think I might enjoy it more. Turbo Dork, like kind of the color shift paints are really fun, but in terms of like options you have, they're really limited because you can't really highlight them well or do any kind of classic ways to build up color. kind of just stuck. Alright. Yeah, Decker's... I just don't like where units have, like, things in front of their body that block off key areas. Like, that's... Decker's not as bad as Thyraxis. I've painted, I think, 13 Thyraxes at this point so far, and just haven't enjoyed any one of them. I think a couple streams ago I was talking about Morrow Scoredire, and I got that one all finished up. Or mostly finished up. I just don't like the legs. They get kind of stuck on the legs. Details do. I need to look up a picture of Santa Claus. So I'm forgetting what color his belts are. I think they're black. I think Santa Claus has black belts. He knows he's quite skilled in karate. Yeah, it's black belts. White trim on the inside of the coat. That's good to remember. Okay. His gloves are white, not black. For some reason I thought he had black gloves. Okay, good to know. He's like a Battleborg. Yeah, it's just... I like the new models more than some of the AOA models. I'm working on my own time Crimson Widow here. I decided to do like this is just trying to just do like a very more spend a lot of time on her. She's not even close to being finished yet, but she's getting there. Oh. Okay, looks like we're still good. My breaker switch just broke. Things are falling apart in the rogue home. What time are we at here? We're at 10:15. Oh wait, I started later today. Alright, so I'm gonna keep on going for a little bit here. Get us to a point where we can call it decent. What color should I paint the mask? That's the part I'm struggling on here. Should I go with like a green or keep it red to match? It's white gloves, right? I could swear he has black gloves. I haven't seen Santa Claus in a while, so. No, they're traditionally white gloves. Okay. Using that gargoyle grain again. Like they do green, yeah, a little bit of just different contrast. I think might break it up a bit. Because I feel like red there will just make it look kind of like a big red blob. And I like painting green.
I think you blew a fuse.
I think I did, yeah.
The whole kitchen's dark.
Yeah. Yeah, white mask would look good. I just feel like it, well, now I'm trying it out.
There you go.
I'm liking the white mask, actually. I'll just have to keep... keep the white tones separated. Or just bring this down to brown, which I might do. Yeah, the white mask looks pretty good. It definitely, yeah, it kind of almost acts like a Santa Claus beard, which is pretty nice. Yeah, that's the way I'll go. I'll kind of keep that in off gray. And I will add like a little green bit on the ribbon on the back, I think. And let's get a good holly jolly green going. Just a little bit of pop of color here. I might put a little bit of green elsewhere on them. Just to kind of mix them up. Give us some focal points on the model. Cartoon bank robbers would be really fun. That's a good idea. Like the Beagle Boys from DuckTales. I like that these guys have really defined eyes. They almost look like chinchillas at this stage. Sly Cooper is a good one too. Now I wish I had more Tanukis. I'm liking where this is going. Yeah, the white mask was a good call. I might make this one green just to see how both look. Give him white eyes. It somehow feels more Christmassy but less Santa-y, which I think I'm fine with. This one will just be my holiday variant that's not fully reliant on looking like Santa. Yeah, this is elf. This is. Oh yeah, I can make his little elf ears here. That's clever. See, that was the plan the entire time. Yeah, because you got the little. Yeah, yeah. I'm buying it. So pro acrylic paints come on very strong on the model, but then when they dry, they almost appear significantly not as bright. So you'll definitely want to keep your paints thin and do several layers with them. It's the main reason I don't recommend pro acrylic paints to do painters, is just because you'll put a layer down and you'll come back to it and you'll be like, looks like I did absolutely nothing here. Oh, this is fun. I like this one. Do they get the... Now I just gotta look up a picture of an elf. See where the trimming goes. Oh, if it's an elf, I know what needs to happen if it's an elf here. There we go. The striped legs is what's missing. I will have to tidy this up because it's a little sloppy, but it's good for today. Must be a South Pole elf. I'm glad the new robot assassin for the master set is said to have some indented hexagon patterns on the cloak he has, because I would hate to have had to freehand that. I'm passable at freehand. I am not the master of that. That's one thing I want to practice next year for sure. I like it. Okay, what do we want to do next here? Let's get Santa's bag all excited. Alright, we're going to take some olive flesh here. I'm going to thin this down. I'm also going to use this on the hem here. Let's get a bit more of a finer brush going. This is a sable from Pro Grill here. gonna lock in this hem here. You notice I'm not using white in this section because the moment you use pure white, you've locked yourself in and prevented any future highlights. The best way to paint white is to avoid using white as much as possible in it. Always have to go live when you're at work. Yeah. Thursdays, ironically, are my most free days. I almost never have anything happen on Thursdays. Oh, work for McDonald's? That's fun. I respect all people who do that kind of. I worked for Taco Bell for a good long while, and it is underappreciated work. Let's see here. Alright, so we got some transparent brown. You know, we might add just a little bit. I have some yellow ochre on my palette here. Just add a little bit of diversity to it. And we'll get this transparent brown. Oh yeah, you know, Grimace is a meta unit. Like, once Grimace is on the field, it's pretty much game over. They really need to nerf him. And the Hamburglar is just not that fun to play, if we're being honest. Well, I need to fix that. And we're taking some transparent brown, which works a lot like the inks we're using. And we're just going to blend this down here. get some dark ivory and just add a little bit of highlights to the fur area. Just using the dry brushing motion. Just catching this tail. I think I might love this guy. he's pretty nifty. I really like the green eyes, so we can add a little bit of highlight to the eyes. All right, let's get a little bit of yellow. Green. There we go. Just kind of catch a glint in the eyes right there. And while we have it, let's mix it a bit more with that green. And just catch some of those bits there. And we'll just add some fast highlights to our little elf friend. If you ever want your green to really pop, just gradually bring it up to yellow. Keep it thin. There we go. Just completely mess up the eye there. I'll have to fix that. way too much on my brush there. Alright, we'll have to wait for that to dry and fix that up. Oh, I can clean this up a bit here. So we're going to take the color, the slightly brighter color, and then pulling it, then kind of pulling it up into it. Okay, I think we'll call it about here. I gotta wait for some things to dry, but overall, I'm happy with our holiday guys. I'll have to do all the detail work and fine lining later, but that's effectively kind of how you can get some different colored cloth and texture working on. I think today was a good day to kind of go over that. We kind of sketched a bit of texture to this bag so it doesn't feel so flat. We'll probably do another layer on it just to make it look a little bit more flush. But I'm happy with the colors and where we're going. I'll be sure to post the finished guys once they're all done. But thank you so much everyone for watching. Yeah, stay tuned. We should be having some kind of holiday giveaway in the next couple weeks, so I'll be looking out for that video. And hope you all have a good holiday season. I'll probably be doing some more custom variants. I think December will be alt color scheme month. Is kind of what I'm feeling. But I may very well just paint a bunch of gallery. I'll see how the soul leads me. But other than that, I think we're about done here. I mean, not much else to